Now there's one more thing that I want to show you, and that is this new audio constructor. So at the moment we are using the element form of this API, which then returns us a media object. We also have our video. So what I'm going to do, if we go ahead and simply comment out our audio, if you watch over here when we press save, this 5 minutes track is going to disappear. And of course we see some errors because we do not have any reference to a class of media. So somewhere down here we've got a query selector to media, and then of course we're binding all our events and function callbacks. Now at the moment we are relying on this audio element or the video element to spin up these APIs under the hood. There's lots of stuff happening as the page loads. It constructs all of these APIs under the hood for us. However, let's say that we want to do something a little bit different, and perhaps we don't have access, or we don't want the capability to actually render a template. So how can we start playing some music or any kind of audio without actually having a DOM element? And this might come in really handy depending on what you are trying to build. So what we in fact get back from our media is a new media object, which is why we've called it this media instead of audio or video. Now what we can do is actually call new audio, and you can see here that when we call new, we can pass in a string, which will be the file itself, and it returns us an HTML audio element. So in fact, it's going to give us some kind of virtual representation. So what we can in fact do is pass in our autumn MP3, which of course we've imported above, and this is essentially in JavaScript going to give us an audio object to work with. So let's console log this out, and you can see that we have audio, preload equals auto, and then source equals that file name. So under the hood, this is essentially creating a virtual audio element for us. And it might be that you want to do something like document create element. So of course we could say document create element and then create a new audio element this way and then set the source. But this is essentially a nice wrapper that easily does that for us. So the benefit of doing this is when we save things out, you can see that our 5 minutes 11 is now back. So we do not have any audio, and we can delete these just for good measure. We do not have any audio or video. We are simply using this JavaScript new audio API. So let's go and press play. And you can see, well, here that our audio is in fact working because this returns us a new HTML audio element. So depending on what you are trying to accomplish, this is going to be a nice API for you to get started with. We'll undo those changes just to keep our DOM nodes commented out, but essentially this gives you the full workings of the media APIs in JavaScript. I think you'll agree that these are really nice and powerful, and there's so much we can build with these APIs. We've looked at video, we've looked at audio, there's so much more that we can build, and depending on your use case, I'm fairly confident that having examined all of these APIs that you can go away now on your own time and start building whatever you want to achieve. So that's it. Let's dive into the next lessons.